How's it going, everybody? This is going to be a guide for you early mid-game players. I get a lot of questions like, hey, I just hit level 55, I unlocked the Ice Campaign. Hey, I just hit 65, I just unlocked Dark Dimensions. Hey, I'm starting to get stagnant in the raids. What should I be doing? In this video, I'm going to attempt to break that down for you guys. So if you're at one of those check marks, or you just feel like you're stagnant in the game right now, you don't really know what to do, this is going to be the video for you. So I hope you enjoy it. First thing I want to do, though, is talk about your raids. This is going to be the most important thing that we're going to be progressing in. It's going to lead us from our early game to our mid game to our mid-late game and then finally to our late game. It is going to be the thing that we have the most control over, and it's going to double dip into other aspects. So let's start with raids. My current alliance is currently doing Ultimus 7, difficulty 4. We'll push that to 5, but we are autoing these raids. Because of the raid teams that just came out, the Extreme and the Hive Mind teams, they're very easy. Once you are just keeping up with your level and you're keeping up with your gear and your ability materials, you're able to sim these. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we're going to be moving on to the Doom raids, and this is exactly what you should be doing probably around level 65. You want to make sure you're getting that Kestrel unlocked from Dark Dimension first. I'd love to go in and show you the Dark Dimension, but I can't because I still don't have it unlocked. I'm still in level 63. I wasn't given that Midas touch from the Scopely Experience department. We'll talk about that when we look at Crucible. So if for Alliance raids, you should be starting to look at the Doom raids. You want to probably start with First Strike because a lot of your Alliance mates aren't going to be ready for this, let alone for the additional requirement on the Doom 1. So the difference between Doom, First Strike, and just the Doom raids in general with Ultimus is there are tags. You need to use certain teams the same way you do for Gamma, Beta, and Alpha. Now, Beta and Alpha are very easy. They're very generic tags. Gamma tags suck. We got Defenders, we got Shield, we got Wakanda, whatever the case may be. My alliance right now, we're stuck doing difficulty 1 on Gamma 3 because of the tag issue. But for Doom 1, and I would say don't build for Gamma. Sorry, I keep going back to it because it's a tilting point for me, the tags for this really old raid. Don't build for Gamma. That gold orb, that character shard orb, that is not worth it for you at all. Just keep doing difficulty 3. The Doom raids, though, they're different. So these don't happen by accident. You need to build up a full bio team, a full mutant team, a full mystic team, a full tech team, a full skill team, which is kind of be the hardest one to justify in order to get through this. Now, this is going to take a lot of organization with your alliance. You want to make sure that you guys on your Discord are in conversations. Some people might want to bite the bullet and build a skill team for you because that'll really help you with this, but you don't have to either. So what I will say is, your goal when you start doing Doom 1 First Strike, Doom 1 is just to hit 50%. Okay, we're not looking at doing 100% on our raids. That's just not very viable in the early mid game. You don't really have 24 people that are as committed to the mission as you might be if you're one person watching this video. So just be content with getting 50% as long as you're getting that 50%. And that's not very hard to do. 10% should be an absolute given, but 50% is your goal as that gives you the first time rewards. So what I would suggest is with you and your alliance, put your heads together. You want to tackle this first lane, which starts with tech, then goes up to mystic, then mutant, then bio, and it ends with skill, because skill is the raid the raid team we want to build last, because they're probably not going to last very long. In fact, there's probably a new skill team just on the horizon, and when that happens, we're going to unlock that team, and this will all shift, it'll all open up, it'll be a lot easier. So that mid lane is going to be important. After that, we're going to go mutant on the right side, followed by bio, and then it goes to skill. Now, here's the bittersweet truth about skill. You guys doing skill in the Doom raids will have a much easier time than we did when we first did it. We had to wait until we had the secret defender team. You guys won't have to, because you can get your Fury, you can get your Kestrel from Dark Dimension 1, and then you can just fill it in with other good skill characters. I'm thinking like Mockingbird from the Blitz store, maybe Ronin from the Arena store, he'll give Mockingbird some speed, and then maybe if you can unlock Black Cat, great, you could use her. If not, any sort of skill character that you might have unlocked away, maybe you unlocked Kraven, you could throw him in there. And what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to pile down one lane so that you can break through and get to the next section, which would then be tech, who again, you'll be using your Kestrel for. But that's going to be the strategy, guys. Get as many people down that mid lane as you can to rush all the way to skill, and then the right side so you can finish that mutant and finish that bio section. And then if you got somebody like me in your alliance who's super committed to making sure the alliance can get what they're going to get, I will build a skill team. I will build a Kestrel, Fury, somewhat Invader team so that I can get through the skill section and open up the tech section, the Mystic section, and the Mutant section for my other friends. If you can get 3 people to do that, then that left side becomes a very appealing place to go to. So that's going to be something you should lean into. Start leaning into increasing your raid difficulty. If you've already done Doom 1, move on to Doom 2 or Doom 3. Hey, that's great. If your alliance is carrying you, that's great, though I would consider that a bit boring myself. Progressing through this is actually kind of fun. Once you're done First Strike, you're going to want to move into Doom 1. Now, the problem with Doom 1, you see that requires ISO 8 tier 4 tags. So let's go talk about ISO because this is a question I get a lot. Hey, I just hit level 55. I can now get into the ISO campaign. What should I do? Should I make sure I clear it? And what should I farm? 100% you should clear it. The difficulty is super easy. You see the enemies around 17,000. When you hit level 55, you can get like your best character like Gambit, who you can get for free from a promo code. He can just carry you through this. Slap 4 other nobodies with him, like Captain America, Hulk. They got to be global characters, and you'll just walk through it. And those characters, you're gonna need them later anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Once you have everything unlocked, this is what I would suggest you do. We're gonna farm our arena team first. If there's crossover between arena and raid team, that's great. We're gonna want to farm them up to 3. So we get our arena team up to 3, then we're gonna get all of our raid teams up to 3. And by all of our raid teams, I mean our bio raid, our tech raid, our mutant raid. All right, the other ones, the Mystic and the Skill, we're kind of iffy about them still. We don't know how that's going to go because Val is not farmable. She's the Bifrost figurehead. And the Invader team, unless you have someone like me who's going to take one for the team, not really into that. So, again, that's Bio, Mutant, and Tech. We're going to go heavy into them, especially in Kestrel. So we're going to get them up to 3. Then we're going to double back. We'll get your arena team up to 5. Now, luckily for me, there's a lot of crossover between my arena and my raid teams. I got Gambit. You can see he's at 5. I got Nightcrawler all the way up to 5. And then I got Void Knight up to 5. I also have Forge up to 5 because he's on the team too. Soon I'll be getting Cyclops. And then my full extreme team will be 5. I'll move into Hive Mind. I'll make sure they're all 5. You can see Venom is already there because he's the last controller I need. And then I will start getting my Kestrel up to 5 once I have unlocked, because again, I didn't get that Midas touch on the experience front. And we'll go from there. So that is the ISO advice I would give you. Lots of people have been asking me for that advice. Get your raid teams all the way to 3, double back on your arena team up to 5, then get the rest of your raid teams up to 5, and then start working on your War and your Crucible teams, get them up to 4, especially for War, they get that big bonus. So you see my Superior 6, I have Vulture up to 4, I got Doc Ock up to 3, Mysterio up to 3, they're going to go up to 4 pretty soon. And what I will say, like, if you don't want to go into the Pegasus team, there is definitely a world where Kestrel plus Vulture, Octopus, Mysterio, and Spider Slayer, that'll be an amazing tech raid team all the way up to probably Doom 3. I'd have to check Doom 2 and get through it first. But Kestrel plus the Sinister 6 tech guys will be a pretty decent team. Probably what I'm going to start with, and we'll make a video about that once we get Kestrel unlocked. So that's what I would do with ISO campaign now, and ISO in general. Now, when it comes to these other game modes that people are very interested in, Dark Dimension, I can't really help you with that right now because I don't have it unlocked, though I will say you should be farming your characters up to 6 stars that we did in the previous video. That'll be your Sinister 6 members, plus if you get Venom up there, if you can get Carnage up there, if you can get your Wave 1 Avengers, get Doc Ock up there. Make sure you have 6 yellow star characters ready to get Dark Dimension 1 finished right away on Kestrel, and then you'll quickly get into Dark Dimension 2 as soon as you hit level 70, because gear is not the orange bottleneck, it's the blue bottleneck, Scopely. Figure it out. Let's talk about Crucible and War real quick. War is what it is. You're going to do whatever your alliance does. If you joined an established alliance, you're probably facing off against people you can't touch if you are an early mid-game player, or maybe you're facing off against teams like I am, which is a bunch of shield characters. We can get through this very easily. There's not much strategy to talk about there. The enemy alliance that we are facing has one opponent. It's not very interesting. It is what it is. Eventually, we're going to start hitting real alliances, and we'll figure it out from there. But Crucible is a different story. Right away in Crucible, you will be hitting active players, and what I suggest you do is something like what I did. So if I set my defense here, you'll see I got one big team on defense. I got my extreme team on defense. Lots of raiders on that team. Got them in stage 1 because that's where they shine really, really brightly, and then a bunch of hand characters. The reason for this is because I can only afford to give up one really good team so that I can take out the enemy's hand team. And that's exactly what happened here. Unfortunately, my opponent didn't clear me. I feel bad for that. I thought like through exhaust to get done, but maybe like very new players don't know how to lean into exhaust. Maybe we can make a video about that for new players. So he couldn't full clear me. In fact, I believe it was the extreme team. He didn't even try. He didn't even try. So maybe he will still full clear me. I hope he does for the current event. But doing that is going to help you get some solid victories. I won this one. You'll see I lost stage 2, but at this one as well, I won because, well, he could not clear the extreme team. So again, kind of screwed another person over. You'll see I struggled to clear his, but eventually got it done. So he's kind of doing the same strategy I did, which is essentially one team on defense. The rest is all on offense to make sure you can clear. I want to end this video with a little bit of salt for you guys. A little bit of you early mid-game players are probably experiencing something akin to this. My last opponent, Opera's82, he was given the Midas Touch. Now, when I say the Midas Touch, this is what I mean. There are a few accounts in the game. Seems about 30% of new accounts since I started my new account got this Midas Touch. Every single time their account gains a level, they get a burst of experience. I know one person in my alliance started a few days before me and some a few days after me. They're already mid 70s and I'm stuck at 63. It's taking me a week to get a level on my own right now. And for them, they're getting a level every single day. This is completely destroying the early mid-game PvP landscape. Because this person, I don't know if he started before me, I don't know if he started after me. I don't think he bought Time Heist because he didn't have Eternals or anything like that. He has level 75 plus characters because they're Gear Tier 14. Gear Tier 14 is a huge stat bonus. He has the ability to bring his characters so much higher than I do. And because orange gear isn't a bottleneck, blue gear is the bottleneck. As soon as you start hitting those levels and you invest in those teams, it's not a question if you can bring them to Gear Tier 14. You simply can. And so this opponent for me was unbeatable. I even went in with some of my Superior 6, got demolished, did another burn attack so that they'd have 2 stacks of exhausts, 40% damage off of them. And then when I walked in, you know what happened? The Gambit one-shot my entire Hivemind team anyway. Because he's a Gambit and he crit, and it didn't matter because he was Gear Tier 13 here. Maybe he had pieces for Gear Tier 14. That completely ruins the experience for people, Scopely. Whatever you did to those accounts to give them that burst of experience, I love it. That's good. The leveling experience should not be what I'm experiencing. It's horrible. Leveling up once every 5-6 days is garbage. You're doing so many events for Incursion Campaign. People like my account, I can't even get in the campaign. I've seen 3 events come and go where I can't get in the campaign, and people in my alliance that started after me are already, that's good. I'm happy for them. What I'm not happy about is I'm not experiencing that. Other people like my account that didn't get that Midas Touch, they're not experiencing that. Whatever you did to them, you need to do it to everybody. People need to be leveling faster. They simply do, because you have so many things gated behind levels, so many modes, so many events, so many event inputs. You need to let people level faster if you want the game to grow. And because you've already started to do it, you are ruining the experience of up-and-coming players, and you don't want to scare away these players because others are getting a crazy unfair advantage. In the Arena and in Crucible, which are the 2 most involved modes, because one is your power cores and the other one is a huge store that has the best characters in it. You can't be gating people off of this, especially, oh my god, you're having an event right now that needs Crucible wins, and I got up against an unbeatable opponent in one room. Guys, I love the idea. Just implement it. Stop being scared. Stop A/B testing. The data is in. Set it and forget it. Let everyone get it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm going to be traveling for the next 10 days, so we'll still have videos coming out, but it's not going to be like this. It's going to be on a laptop in an apartment or a hotel somewhere, and we'll definitely be doing stories about all that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this finds you well. Get your raids in order. Get your ISOs in gear. Get your Crucible action going. One defense team goes a very long way. Get those wins. Get those important characters, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.